I'm the senior building inspector from the city of Nelson, and I'm here tonight to talk to you about step code and energy efficiency in buildings. You may not know that the city of Nelson has taken a leap to get into this a little early. So step code, just so everybody knows, so I can look at the slides too. So the provincial government, believe it or not, has a mandate of trying to move forward to more energy efficient buildings. There's some other legislative stuff, that's what this is talking about, the Building Act, and that's some new legislation that's trying to streamline the processes in the province and get everybody on the same page. And then there's the Climate Leadership Plan, which is something the province came up with to talk about trying to make buildings net zero ready by 2032. And net zero ready means, conceivably, that by adding a few generation tools like solar power or wind generation, that you can run your entire house zero in, zero out at the end of the year. Pretty amazing. I can't imagine getting an electricity bill zero. But it's all about reducing carbon, reducing energy consumption. This slide's just talking about there previously, and there still is quite a few different programs that are trying to do this. By introducing the step code, the idea was to take all this together and put it into something a little more simple that the province could phase in over time to get buildings more energy efficient. Okay, these are some of the different groups that are involved in trying to do this. BC Hydro, Fortis, different organizations. So just to get right into it, and what the city has adopted now is step one. It's basically the building code as it is now, but it's verified by an energy advisor. Michelle is out there talking to people if you want to go talk to her. And they computer model the house to see how it's going to perform. They ultimately do some testing for air leakage and blower door test, and then they certify your building at a certain level. So step one's the beginning. City of Nelson, we decided to opt in a little early. The province is probably going to make this mandatory in a couple of years, so it's coming. It's kind of a good news thing. It's coming. We're making buildings more energy efficient, whether we want to or not.
Is this new buildings?
This is new buildings.
Okay,
There's new buildings. There is an initiative by the federal government, just so you know, and I saw a draft policy just the other day. They are working on a very difficult plan on how they're going to maybe make existing buildings more energy efficient, but that's a pretty complicated thing. But they are working on it. So this just talks a little bit about, as you increase the steps, how much of a percentage better you over building code right now. Yeah. Sorry. And so what we're probably going to do at the city sometime next year is depending on how step one goes here, we're probably going to go straight to step three maybe by next summer, August, I would think. So that's 20% better than the baseline house. The real news is that any decent builders now are probably already building to step 2 or 3. So a lot of the local builders are pretty good already. It's been pretty well supported, and that's probably where they are. We're going to go there, and then the province will probably follow shortly after and make it mandatory. But we're trying to get ahead of the curve. This is just talking a little bit more about the differences between what step code is and what's current. So right now, we go to the building code, it tells us you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do that. This is a much more adaptable model where we use computer program software, we look at a house and there's trade-offs. You can put in better windows and then maybe you don't have to put in as much insulation, or you do it all and you get an even better house. And computer models that. The way that you achieve this is through initially by making the building envelope better. So increasing the insulation, the air tightness of the building, the windows, things like that. That's your biggest initial gain. And then you slowly move into, as you get up higher in the steps, it gets you kind of max out on the envelope. And then you have to get into some mechanical systems to kind of push you over the top. And then ultimately to net zero, where if you really want to go there, what the building building code's going to do is going to get you all the way there with the exception of the energy generation thing. And so hopefully our solar panels will be a bit better. By the time we get to 2032 and we have this magic transition where all new houses are perfect. And this is just talking a little bit about how you would seal your building up, better windows and doors, better ways to ventilate your homes, more efficient mechanical equipment, installation, etc. I'm trying to move through quickly, and then if people have questions, they can ask me questions. This is just talking a little bit about some case studies that were done. This is one in Invermere. So a lot of people are saying, well, is this going to cost me a lot more money? Part of the answer is it looks like a lot of builders are building to step 2 or 3 already, so that's already kind of what our base costs are. So in this case, they're saying a step 3 house 1% above normal. We're probably almost already there. So, yeah, the city of Vancouver is already doing steps 2 and 3. So there's other jurisdictions that are ahead of us. Kimberley's doing an amazing job. They're way ahead for some reason. The building inspector there is pretty amazing. But yeah, people are pushing forward. And this is you.
This is me.
Okay.
So we're really rushing through this, but I'm Tricia Cannell with the Community Energy Association, and I'm working with the RDCK and all the member municipalities on a regional approach to adopting step code in new homes. So just to let you know that there is a FortisBC new home incentive available to help pay for that energy advisor that you would be using to reach step 1. We recommend a mid-construction blower door test when you are new to the step code and new to building and energy efficiently, because then you can have that mid-blower door construction test before the drywall is up, and it's an easier time to see where the leakage is and an easier time to actually fix some of those leaks. I'm blatantly promoting a workshop that we are hosting on October 10th. BCIT is coming here to Nelson for builders. If anybody's a builder in the room, they see me, but please register for that. And
I'll be there.
Sam will be there. So. My punchline is work with an energy advisor and reap the rewards, because we are calling our regional approach the Regional Energy Efficiency Program, so REAP. Oh, I had another slide. Just the homeowner benefits to working with an energy advisor and using the step code or the performance pathway of the building code. Lower energy bills, comfort, quiet, can't hear the bus go by or the train go by. Durable, which is focusing on the envelope first, and then peace of mind, because by working with an energy advisor, you have a third-party verified person that is ensuring that your equipment has been installed properly. There's a good website, betterhomesbc.ca, for new and existing homes for any utility incentives that you might want to try. And my poster, come see me, go to the workshop, and thank you very much.